Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Saturday. I almost forgot it was Friday. Happy Friday. Hope all of you are having a wonderful weekend. And thank you for tuning in to tonight's Blush Masterclass. I'm really excited to be bringing these masterclasses to you guys and to be able to give you a little bit more beauty education and really just bring some more fun and bring some more glow back into the world. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrew McCoy, and I am a professional makeup artist and beauty educator, and I am here to bring you all of the education, all the fun. Hi, Rosa. Welcome. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so let me know when you guys are tuning. I have a guide here. I have ADHD, so I have to have a guide to help me follow along. So bear with me if I'm looking down and doing that. That's what's going on. So again, for those of you who don't know me, I am Andrew McCoy. I am a professional makeup artist, and I have about 8 years experience in this field. And I'm really stoked, and I love doing what I do. So I'm so excited to bring you guys today's Blush Masterclass, and definitely let me know where you guys are tuning in from in the comments. I would love to know. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about blush, the different types of placement, finding the perfect blush for your skin type, picking the right shade and applying it like a pro. That's what we're here for. That's what this masterclass is made for. Well, hello, Willow. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Letty. Welcome, everybody. I'm so stoked you guys are hopping on. So that's what we're here for. Picking the right shade, applying it like a pro, and get you natural, lifted, sculpted, whatever look you want to do. Blush is important. So why does blush matter? Blush is one of those things where it's going to add life to your face. So you can see right now, I have a lot of underlying redness under my skin, so you can kind of see that poking through a little bit. But I like to play with that and add that a little bit more. But when I do a more full coverage look, or when I do something that takes the color away from your face, it makes you look really washed out. Even when you put contour back in, it really just washes out your face, and you have to add a little bit more color back in. I used to not use blush, and after going through my pictures and after I started using it, I was like, how have I never used blush before? So if you guys use blush, drop it in the comments. If you don't use blush, drop it in the comments. I would love to know how many of you use it and how many of you either don't use it or why you don't use it. It's just one of those things where I think that placement is key, and finding the right shade for your skin tone and finding out where to place it is huge. So, it also creates dimension. So you can use blush as a contour, or there's like this big giant trend going on right now about using it as like bronzing, which is blush bronzing. So basically you're using blush instead of bronzer. But if you're not a person who uses that a lot, you can use blush to literally give you a facelift without looking crazy full of makeup and stuff. So that's also another thing that I'm going to show you. So a couple of misconceptions. Like I said, I have a guide here that I'm going off of because I'm very squirrel brain, so I have to stay on topic, okay? So I'm also going to go over different types of blush with you. Like there are a few different formulas that I really want to show you guys. And a lot of people say that like blush isn't for everybody. If you have a lot of redness, you shouldn't use blush, which is actually the opposite. Because if you put a ton of foundation on over your skin, and if it's a bunch of full coverage foundation, to cover your redness, you take a lot of that color and redness away. Hi, Shelby, welcome. You take a lot of that color out of your face when you apply foundation or when you apply makeup products. So it's really important to put blush back in, whether it is a pink blush, it can even be a skin tone blush, just something that adds a little bit of that color back into your face. Blush is for everybody. It's about finding the right placement, the right formula, and the right shade for you, okay? This is driving me nuts. My eye watered with my eyeliner and it was perfect and it drove me nuts. But anyway, sorry, I keep seeing that and it's driving me crazy. All right, so we're gonna talk about choosing the right formula first. So I'm gonna go over 3 different types of formulas, and these are also all pharmacy products. If you guys are not a part of pharmacy, or if you don't know, well, most of these are pharmacy. I am gonna show Jeffree Star, but you can get all these. They're not crazy expensive. And there's plenty of other brands and stuff that work really well too. But if you want any of these that I'm using specifically, let me know and I will get you hooked up with the right color and everything that you need. So excuse me. Let's get into it. So there's 3 different formulas that I'm going to be covering tonight. I'm going to be covering a powder formula, which is in a little compact right here. Powder formula, a cream formula. This one is a really radiant. With the cream formulas, it's going to be a lot. You're going to have a lot of different types of cream formulas, is what I'm trying to say. You can have more full coverage creams. You can have more balmy kind of creams where they're not as light, where you can build them up. But the one that I'm going to be going over is a little bit more of a fuller coverage formula for a cream. And then I'm going to be going over a liquid. So I'm not going to be applying all of these to my face, but I am going to be showing you on my skin. So like my arm, I'm going to be swatching some of these so you guys can see. But this is one of the blush wands that we have. It's pretty much it's comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Wands. And that's basically what this is. It's just a glow wand. It's a glowy type of blush. There's also different types of like shades, but there's also different types of finishes too. You can have a matte blush. You can have a shimmer blush. This is a blush highlighter. You guys, there's so much stuff about blush. Hi, Lenny, welcome. I'm super excited to see you in July. But this is like a highlighting blush. I'll show you guys this in a minute. This is gorgeous. And it is, I got this in, where did I get that? In a mystery box. But so you have these kinds. That one's a little bit glowy. And then you have more of a matte. And then you have more of like a satin or radiant. This one, so we're also going to talk about skin types. So if you have an oily or combination skin, a powder blush is going to be probably your best bet, because what this is going to do is it's going to melt into your skin and it's going to not allow for all of that sebum production, and it's not going to get all weird and cakey if your face starts getting a little bit more oily throughout the day. So if you have more oily or combination skin, use a powder formula. So they're also great for controlling shine. So a lot like a setting powder or a transparent like finishing powder. They're going to help do that. And then they're also really easy to blend and they're really easy to build. So I personally like to use a powder blusher. For me, I feel like I have more control over a powder formula than I would over a cream or a liquid. So that's just me, but that's my opinion on that. Cream blush. So if you have dry skin or mature skin, a cream blush is going to be your go-to for this. So cream blush, it doesn't really dry. It does, but it doesn't. It stays kind of balmy on your skin. So it'll help you really get a lot more of a radiant glow with that. And with more mature skin, powders typically tend to settle in fine lines. So if you have some fine lines or some wrinkles, maybe some crow's feet that go into your cheeks, it is probably better to use this because it's not going to settle inside of that. And then for liquid, so if you have something that is, it's good for all day wear and it has a lot of pigment. These ones are really good. They do blend out very well, but these ones are also great because they are long lasting and they have a lot of seamless color to them. And it's basically like a cheek tint for these ones. But like I said, they can also be very pigmented. So be very careful when you're applying them. So with these, what I like to do is I like to dab it on, and I'll show you guys this when I go through placement and stuff, but I really like to dab it on my skin first and get a lot of that on there. And then I will take my blush brush and then I will go over that and then swipe it on. But that way I can minimize, I can control my placement. And hi, Diana, I can control my product placement on my face when it comes to that. So we're going to go on and I'm going to demo each formula that we have here. So first, I'm going to start with powder because powder is my favorite. But we're going to, wait, hold on just a second. I have this whole thing planned out. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Hold on. My forearms are too big for this hoodie or this sweater. So I have to like pull this way up. Okay, so we're gonna go through. So this was the liquid, right? This one might be a little bit more on the dry side because it's super old. But why is it not going? This one I think is dried out. But anyway, this is more of a liquid usually. Yeah, she's a little bit dead. But this is what she looks like. She comes out and she's very wet when she comes out, and she's very pigmented. So that is the Midnight one. So that's more of a liquid blush. Now, cream blush, this one's going to give you more of a dewy, radiant look. So, and this one's a lot more pigmented. So this is a dewy, that's the cream blush. And then you have the powder blush. Some of these are highlighters and blushes in one. So you can kind of get both worlds out of the best of both worlds. So I'm going to pop this on here. This is more of like a satiny finish. This is going to be more of like a matte satin. And it's a lot lighter and more sheer. So there's formulas. Now we're going to talk about skin tone and undertones. So this plays a major role in blush picking. When you're picking a blush, you don't want to be cool toned and pick an orange or something that's more on the warmer side that has yellow and gold undertones to it, which is going to literally turn you orange because we don't want to look like Ronald McDonald walking around, right? So making sure that you choose the right tone for your skin is also very important, just as important as it is for choosing a foundation or something to cover your skin, right? So with fair skin, you want to go with light pinks, peaches, and corals. This is going to look best, and it's going to give you the most, color, and it's going to give you a lot of life back in your face after you've put foundation and stuff on, if you wear foundation. If not, it's still a really good thing to do because it's going to help mix with your skin tone and look a lot better. So fair skin, we want to go with light pinks, peaches, and corals. So we're going to go like this is really good. I really like these ones, like this one. And then I also have a coral one here. Let me see. No, that one is not a coral. Ooh, I might not have the coral one here. This one would also look pretty. This one's more of a coral as well. So these are really good ones for light or fair skin tones. For medium skin, you want more of rosy pinks, mauves, and deeper peaches. So this one's also really good. This is a really good neutral tone that you can use. So rosy tones, which would be this guy, mauves, and then peaches. So, deeper peaches. So this is a deeper peach. This would be good for more of a medium skin tone. And then you also have a mauve, which is going to be this guy. This one is more of a mauve. This is good for dark, medium, and dark skin tones. So you have light, medium, and dark. Those are the three skin tones. And then these would be good for the medium. And then the dark, you have your rich berry colors, which would be this one. And then you also have bold oranges, which would also be this one. And then plums, which is going to be a deep berry color. I don't have any plum colors because I don't use them a lot, but these are great for the darker skin tone ladies too. So there's those. And then, yeah, there we go. Perfect. So, and then for cool undertones, you want shades with blue or pink bases. So something that's on the cooler side, which is going to be these colors because they are more on the cooler side. I don't know how else to describe that. Cooler, they have more of the bluish ones. This is more of like a warm. So this one has more of like an orange underbase. This one's a little bit on the warm. This one is warmer versus this one, which is cool. So there's more blue in this one than there is in this one. There's probably no blue in here, but there's a lot of blue in here, if that makes sense. So for warm undertones, you want peachy, orange, or golden undertones. So this one, or the peachier ones, like this. This is a really good one for warm undertones and neutral undertones. Neutral can wear really any shade. There's no really... Yes. I love powder blush too, but blush plays, or skin tone plays a huge difference in a lot of makeup application and color theory, and a lot of people don't know. So I hope that I am able to bring you some more knowledge as far as this goes, because blush, I didn't know it was so like in depth, which is, it just blew my mind. And I was like, I have to help people because I didn't know, and I'm like a professional. So that means probably a lot of people don't know this. So it's really good to break it down. So neutral undertones, you can wear almost any shade of these. Any shade of these will look great on your skin tone. But for the cool undertones, stick with the the bluish and the pinks and the blues. And then for warm skin tones, you want to stick with the gold undertone, or the gold and then like the peaches and the oranges. So for testing shades, the easiest way to find your natural finish is to pinch your cheeks or lightly, or look at your skin after exercise. That is your perfect shade. So when your cheeks are really flush, that is going to be the shade that is best for you. For me, I have a bunch of foundation and stuff on right now. This is, or Goddess Glow, wherever Goddess Glow is. Pink Lily. This one, this is Goddess Glow. This is my my flush shade. I'm trying to figure out what contour. Alabaster for foundation. Next one on my list to do is eye makeup, like you. Oh, well, I will be doing an eye makeup. Actually, it's an eye makeup masterclass this month. So that is what we're working on. We'll talk a little bit about that afterwards. But anyway, so going to testing shades. So you want to pinch your cheeks lightly, or look at your skin after you've lightly exercised. So this is my natural flush shade. That is the best. Goddess Glow is the best, y'all. Let me swatch this for you. So that is what it's like. I don't know how else to describe it. I think I already did that right there. Yeah, this is Goddess Glow. I have a very cool skin tone. So this is what it looks like for me. So I'm going to pop this on really quick. Actually, that's what I'm going to use to pop on. But then you also have this guy, which I really like too. This one's a lot more pink, but it's also like a highlighter. This one is fantastic. So I'm going to grab this. I'm just going to show you with a little highlighter brush. That is what she looks like. She's very, very light, but when it comes up, when it's on your skin and it's on like foundation, it's insane. It is gorgeous. So working on that. So that is testing shades. So tools needed for each formula. Honestly, you can use so many different types of tools. A lot of people put this right on their face, so you can literally just swipe and be done, or dot and be done. Personally, I like to put it either on the back of my hand or on a brush first. Now, like I said, when you put it on a brush first, or when you put it on the back of your hand, you're able to control the formula a lot more when you go to place it on your skin. So you can use a brush. This one's going to be best for powder. So like this one, I use a powder brush for blush application, for powder blush. And this one's going to be fluffy. You can use an angled one. There's so many different types of blushes. You can use a sponge. So sponges would be best for cream blush or liquid blush. Just remember that the sponge, when you go to place it, is going to it can potentially soak up a lot of the product. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. If you feel that you're not getting as much, it's okay to build it up. And then you can also use your fingers. This one's good for cream blush. Like you can dab it on, and especially if you're not wearing any foundation or anything underneath it, if you don't have a base on, you can use your fingers too. So finger painting is big. All right, so techniques. So we're going to talk a little bit about techniques right now. We're going to talk a little bit about getting a natural glow. We're going to talk about getting a lifted look. And then really just honing in on the type of look that you want. Like on this side, so I kind of did my contour a little bit different so you guys can see. So this one, we're going more for a lifted, seamless look on this side, where this side we're going for more of a radiant glow. Hi, Heather, welcome. So we're going to get into doing this. Let me see. So for a natural glow, you're going to want to apply to the apples of your cheeks and blend outward toward your temples. So let's go in with Goddess Glow. This is my favorite blush. It's like pink, but it still has a little bit of a glowiness to it. So it's a little bit more radiant. So I'm going to go right in here with this. Get that nice and on my brush. And if you tap your brush off, it's going to get a lot of the excess product off, so you're not just like slamming all that blush on there, okay? So apples of your cheeks, so when you smile, this is the apple of your cheeks, and you're gonna want to go upward. And this is going to give you more of like a radiant, and see how it kind of has a little bit of a shine? This is a gorgeous color. I love this color. This is what I typically use, actually, when I do blush. This or the Jeffree Star one is typically the ones that I use. because a lot of times I like to have the highlighter effect with this, so I don't have to put as many products on. But you can kind of see this just gives me more of a, like a lifted, not lifted, it gives me more of like a radiant kind of glow. And I have some color back in my face versus this side where I don't have a lot of it on. So now this side, we blend it up toward the temples. Now we're gonna go for a lifted look. So with the lifted look, you want to focus on the outer part of your cheekbones and then sweep upward toward your temples. So with this, you're gonna want to start back here and work upward. So I'm gonna take something a little bit different and I'm gonna use the cream one for this guy right here. This is, and like I said, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. Doing good, Heather, doing good, thank you. I'm gonna be putting this on the back of my hand, just like right here. Get a pretty good little amount. See how nice and dewy that is? Then I'm gonna go in with a angled brush. Ooh, I don't have an angled brush on here. Oh, well, I'll use this one. I'll use the other side. I already used this one for that anyway. So I'm gonna go in with this and I'm just gonna lightly tap this like I would, kind of blend it. Just be very careful. And you can go back. If you feel like you have too much on, you can go back and kind of blend it, but that is starting to where it blends out. So I'm gonna take this and we are going to go and I'm gonna apply it to where the outer part of my cheekbones and work up this way. So we're really gonna be focusing on lifting this. See how this kind of takes it from saggy down on one side and we're kind of lifting it for this other way? That's what we're going for a lifted look. And you can go back and start toward the apples, but I'm going backward this way, more of a contour and just really taking it and just lifting it up, as you can see. So think of it as a mini facelift with blush is basically what you're doing when you go up more toward that way. And then for a sculpted look, you want to place it just above your contour line for added dimension. This is typically what I do as a sculpted look, but when you place it directly above, so I kind of did it on this side, you can see. When you place it directly above, it just gives a little bit more definition from the contour. So I'm going to put a little bit more contour on here so you can kind of see, kind of blend this in together. Actually, this is more of my color when it comes to flushing. So the more lifted, sculpted look for that, with that. So this is perfect if you want your cheekbones to pop, like it is legit. And then I will put this back on as well. I have to show you this. This is one of my favorite products. And then also a lot of our, so I am a pharmacy influencer. So a lot of these blushes are, thank you, Heather, welcome. Thank you for hopping on. This is a highlighter. We also have all-in-one palettes, which have a blush, a contour, and a highlighter in them. I like this, and I'll show you why. Let me grab this brush here. I'm gonna use a powder brush for this. So this is a highlighter and a blush in one. So I'm gonna pop this on this side. You can kind of see. This is gonna be really, really blushy. You can kind of see how radiant and dewy that makes me look. But I am gonna go back. If you always, so one thing, always make sure, or this is one way to fix it. If you put too much blush on, you can always go back with the brush that you use for your foundation, just like you would when you fix your contour, and just kind of buff it or blend it out. And this is going to help it melt into your skin a little bit more. Thank you, Linny. Oh my gosh. This one is one of my favorites. It's one of my all-time favorite products because it's so glowy. It's like a, I don't know how else to describe it, but it is stunning. Okay, so a couple common mistakes to avoid. So blush too low can drag your face down. So if I put blush more on down here, so see how this side, it's a little bit more sculpted upward, whereas this side, I kind of put it a little bit lower. It's going to really drag your face down. And if you have more mature skin, or if you have more wrinkles or basically mature skin, you want to make sure that you're lifting versus sagging down, because when you lift, you're going to look a lot younger and have a more youthful look versus sagging. And then using too much product. So start light and then build to your desired way to avoid looking overdone. So like I said, putting it on the back of your hand first and blending it this way and applying it this way before adding it to your face is going to help you add way less product and be able to build it up later on. So just a couple of pro tips for lasting blush. So if you want a very blushy look and you want to use it, but then you want it to last longer, apply the cream blush first and then set it with a light dusting of your powder blush. So a lot like I did with this one. So remember how I put this side on with the cream blush on this side, and then I set it with this highlighting blush. It still looks pretty. It doesn't look like I have a ton of blush on. Oh my God, I'm getting blush everywhere. But it's really pretty, and it'll lock it in place. Another one, setting spray will also, or fixing spray, I should say. There's a difference between setting spray and fixing spray. Fixing spray has more of an alcohol content, so it's going to act as a sealant for your makeup, whereas a setting spray is a lot better. It has a lot more minerals in it, and it's going to help you blend your makeup out a lot better, and it will adhere a little to your skin a little bit better with that. Excuse me. I had a Dr. Pepper before this, and I don't drink soda a lot, and I'm just like all over the place. Anyway, so over application, like I said, you can buff it out with the brush that you use for your foundation. Like this is a kabuki brush. I use this for my foundation a lot. And just with whatever leftover product is in there, you can really buff it out and it'll really help get rid of that. So there's that. And then I'm going to do Q&A. Hi, Brittany. Welcome. I'm going to do a little Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, oh, you can also use translucent powder to buff it out too. Let me see. Where did I put all my makeup away? But you can use translucent powder. Just do a light set of it and it'll help you blend it out a lot more too. So I'm going to open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments down below and I will answer them live while we're here. If not, and you guys are watching the replay, drop your comments down here or send me a DM or send me a message with your questions and I'm happy to answer them with whatever you guys need. But I hope I was able to help you guys a little bit with blush. I mean, do you guys use blush very often? Is there a certain type of formula that you like? I never used blush for the longest time until recently, maybe like the past year. And then I really was like, wow, this is really, you guys need a wing masterclass? Okay, maybe I'll do that one next month or this month in February. I might do 1 or 2 master classes depending on where I am. As much as I try to do content and stuff, sometimes I'm just in a place where I cannot do content and I cannot do makeup. So I'm house sitting right now, so this worked out perfect. I brought all my travel stuff and I was able to come on and do a master class. So, but yeah, so you guys, I guess I'm going to hop off. Remember, we're just going to do a recap for a recap. Helps a lot. And I think I need to use the cream. Yes. So definitely try the cream. And like I said, with the cream, pick the right tone. If you need help finding a tone, let me know. Put it on the back of your hand first and a makeup wipe will take this right off, or cleansing balm or whatever you use will take this right off. This will help you not apply so much when you go to put it on. So remember, the right formula, the right shade, and placement are the key to the perfect blush look. So if you guys do your blush, post selfies in the comments here, or you guys are more than welcome to post in this group. This group is a community for you guys as well. So if you guys find it doesn't even have to be blush. It can be any makeup product that you want. If you guys find that you're feeling just your makeup is on point, if your makeup is on point and you just feel absolutely stunningly gorgeous, pop a selfie in here. We are more than happy to compliment you or show you off, because sometimes you need those compliments. And then also, if you're finding something is not working for you and you don't know why, post in here, post a selfie in here. This is a safe space and a safe community. And I promise you, people will not come after you. I post crappy things all the time. May not think it, but I don't think so. And I get the most wonderful validation from you guys, the most wonderful people. So if you guys need help with your makeup, post in here. This is a community for you guys too. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and thank you guys so much for hopping on and learning about blush with me. And if I can help you in any way, I'm going to. So if you love this, stay tuned for more masterclasses. I have a ton up my sleeve, and I'm hoping to do one each month. So you guys, thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.